I'm Dan. I'm from Industrial Phycology. In case anyone's wondering, I did spell it right for once. Phycology is the fancy, sciencey word for people who work with algae. So we're a relatively new company. We were founded about a year ago with the aim of making algae commercially usable industrial scales as a wastewater treatment process. So the reason why we're doing this is because there's a lot of new legislations we've heard about being passed all over the world at the moment, such as the European Urban Wastewater Directives. These are requiring wastewater operators to reduce and recover all the nutrients present in their effluents before they're released to the environment. And this includes things like we've heard about phosphate, which is a globally important chemical already past fine maximum yield production. In addition to this is hard enough to do on its own. They're also being told you've got to do all of this, treat it to new lower limits, and use less energy, which is pretty difficult to do. For an example, there's 23 major utilities in the UK, and between them they're responsible for 2 to 4% of all the UK's energy use and carbon emissions. So we have a very limited selection of tools to meet this new challenge, and what we do have doesn't really do the job. Things like ion flocculation, reverse osmosis, reed beds all have significant drawbacks. These include things like they're very energy intensive, have a big footprint, they produce toxic wastes which have to be landfilled. So we need something that's a little bit more realistic and has been designed to deal with this problem. So what we've done is called upon our background in this area. We have a lot of experience to combine a range of cutting-edge methods and technologies to produce something that's robust, weather-independent, and efficient, which will let us maximize the practicality of using algae at industrial scales. So what does this mean? Well, a very high-level sort of idea. We can take wastewaters. We've been working with final effluents recently, and carbon dioxide if it's present on site, such as from flue gas or digesters. This goes into our self-contained algal-based treatment process, where algae suck up all these nutrients that are there and use it as a food to grow, make more algae. We can then clean the water in the process, which gets discharged to the environment, and we can take this biomass and make use of it. Algal biomass is an excellent feedstock for all sorts of processes. We can use it for energy production, biofuels, biogas. Some of the species are 70% protein, which is double that of soya meal, so it makes a very good animal feed. And you can also return these nutrients back to the land as fertilizer, and all the benefit is the water company produces no waste. This is very technical science, it's industrial biotechnology, but fortunately we have an excellent team to deliver this work. The founders all have applied water science PhDs in the area, plus additional academic and commercial experience. We've all worked on commercializing uses of algae, as well as developing solutions to problems faced by the wastewater industry. This gives us a huge skill set in this sort of area, everything from commercial uses of algae as a problem, nutrient removal from wastewaters, optimizing complex machines like anaerobic digesters and membrane filtration, all the way through to hardcore analytical chemistry, where we can monitor the breakdown of chemicals as they go through treatment works and what pops out the other end. Supporting us, we've got a great range of partners. We've got a lot of interest so far. We've been working with one of the main UK utilities, Wessex Water, and their waste-to-energy subsidiary, Geneco, and the really clever guys at the advanced engineering company, Sterling Dynamics. This has given us a really solid platform we've used over the last year to get the company going. We've already bid for, won, and made use of grants from the TSB, the PDC, the Southwest EIN, the INETS, and we're currently finishing up the details to get a new debt grant, one of their Energy Entrepreneur Fund grants we've heard about today. We're always being asked as well to present a range of events, which included the big Set Squared Investor Showcase back in December, and some of the technical industry events, such as things by SciWeb. One thing we will have to remember is this isn't just a very interesting technical exercise, it's also a very big commercial opportunity. This is a global opportunity that's being driven by legislation, which is useful for our point of view. And just to give you an idea of the UK, there are more than 9,000 treatment works in the UK that treat 11 million cubic metres per day. Maybe a little bit more at the moment, but generally around that. To build one new phosphate recovery plant at a middle scale works is about £4 million, and it can be more than £1 per cubic metre to treat the phosphate. We really believe in this opportunity, and to date we've ploughed about £100,000 into the company, full of grants, and also been working with our partners who've contributed a lot. This has allowed us to build on budget, on time, on schedule, and field test an initial demonstrator, which went very well, and we're now going to be using our next grant from the Department of Energy towards developing a commercial scale, fully specified system and trialling that with Wessex Water. After that, about 2 years from now, we look to start commercialising everything. Just to give you a really vague idea, we expect the small-scale containerised systems we're working on at the moment will get about £1.25 million in gross profits in about 2018. We also expect to deliver 3 or 4 large commercial scale systems by then, which will put about £2 million a pop onto the top of that. We're already been approached by some other companies to look at some new markets we might be able to apply our stuff to, and we're also starting to explore licensing. So we really want to get all this going, so we're now seeking an additional round of funding to support what we already have, about £500,000, help us retain our team, get some more senior business people involved and really generally grow everything, as well as looking for new partners who can help us integrate new clever technologies and get the company going really well. Hope that's all interesting. Thank you very much.